Hello, hello, friends. How is everybody doing this evening? It is a wonderful, cold Friday evening. Are you prepared for this ice storm? That's all I hear about. Everybody's talking about the ice storm. I pray that you have prepared. I pray that you are ready and that your power will stay on and that you will be able to be safe and stay warm. Let me put this up on my iPad real quick so that I can see comments just in case. Hello, Sherry. We have been doing some preparations. Tomorrow morning I will get ready to pour some water. We have a well, so I didn't need to buy bottled water. Plus, our food line didn't have any more left anyhow. But I'm just going to put water in. We're all going to make our drink mixes, put them in the fridge, and then we're going to have some water sitting out. I'm going to put water in the tub for the toilets, and I've got everything ready for my hubby's dialysis in case we don't have power and we can't get the generator going to work the dialysis machine. I'll have a manual set, so I have to manually do the dialysis. I've never done it before, so it'll be something new, but I'm praying that we will get more sleet and snow than the ice and that the power will stay on, and I pray the same for all of you. Be safe, stay home, don't go out, be warm, get your blankets and your flashlights ready, and just have a wonderful time together, huddling up, and enjoy the time to just interact and share and make the best. Hi, Nikki, make the best of this time. That is my prayer for you. Let me turn you down. We are gonna go, like you guys said, to add some crackle to our little bunny. And let me ask you first, before we do that. Here is our lady bunny. I have extended her down to the bottom, but I think it would look better. I had to fill that in. I had to color that in. I think it'll look better if I go ahead and finish the brown out around her. Then she will look like he does. And the reason why I had to do that on her is because, and I even painted him a little bit on the bottom, she did not reach all the way down. And instead of thinking that I could just do the brown and then just fill in the little bit, I filled it all in. And then I'm like, darn, my daughter said, why didn't you just continue the brown? So we're just going to continue the brown if that's okay with you guys. But I just wanted to show you what that would look like if you would just extend her down. But I think I like her better when she is like that. So I am going to go ahead and use the brown. It's right in front of me. It was Raw Umber, and my camera is backwards. I've got it facing me so I could see comments better. And we're just gonna quickly finish that up in brown. And I just got a regular angled brush. I'm gonna put my plate with paint over here. Can you guys see good? And thank you for hopping on and sharing your Friday evening with me. If Melissa has not lost power, she will be on shortly on the Essential Stencil page, Melissa Youngman. So we all tune in to see her and support her. She is an ambassador with Essential Stencil. And don't think I painted all of this for nothing. It just was good to show you how it would look if you would do that, if you would want to paint that in. And now I am just filling this in. I keep adding paint to my brush. And I just keep filling this in. And keep Miss Bonnie still in your prayers. She has got some health things that she's battling, so keep her in your prayers that she will get the treatment that she needs or the medications. I'm going to dry this and then apply another one. Hey, Cindy. Glad to see you. And thanks for spreading out the whimsy. Or sprinkling the whimsy. I appreciate that so much. All right, now that that is dry, I can apply another coat. We have to dry it so that we will not just keep moving the paint. Because if you apply it and it's not quite dry, then all you're doing is you're just moving the paint around. So in between we have to dry it. I'll dry it one more time. Thank you, ladies. I'm so glad that you are hanging out. I posted the link for the Best of the Vintage transfers. I could not find the other ones. They're releasing tomorrow, the Farmhouse Favorites. In the Farmhouse Favorites is also the Patriotic ones and the Turtles. But you can get all of them individually as well. So if you've been waiting on any of those to restock, this is your chance. And don't forget, free shipping for the whole month of January. So you still got time to add items. And get free shipping, and you can order as many times as you need to. And take advantage of that free shipping. I'm looking to see if I need to touch up anywhere else. I'm thinking we are good. I'm going to dry this one more time and we'll see what it looks like. I'm going to make one more pass up here and make it up, go up a little bit more. And then we're going to add our fine line crackle. She will get a necklace per your suggestion. And he will get a little bow tie. I've got to turn that just a little bit here. All right, I'm gonna call that good. Looks completely different now. Now she is behind the frame instead of in front of it. The Love is Patient is restocked, absolutely, and I love that one. These are out of stock, but I know many of you have bought it, so that's why I chose to work with these. I am going to sand that just a little bit. And if you ever sand and it looks like it is dusty and dirty, just take your paper towel and wipe it. And just wipe the dust stuff. That's all. All right, we are good. Everything is smooth. I am going to use Pentart Fine Crackle Varnish. It has a component 1, and I know it is backwards, and a component 2. We're going to put 1 on here first. And this is what 1 looks like. I'm just going to try to get as much as I can off. And you just need a thin coat. And I am going to try to go from side to side. And this is going to be so pretty. That fine line crackle looks like porcelain, like old cracked porcelain. And I don't mean cracked as in broke. What is that, grazing? Is that what they call it? Crazing, I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure about terminology sometimes, so you have to forgive me. But when you have old porcelain and it looks like it is cracked, it's got those age cracks, that's what this is going to look like. And it will have a sheen. It'll be like it's glass. And it's really beautiful. And you do not need much of this. I mean, I have not put much on at all. And don't be scared to try something new. If it doesn't work out, try it on something small. And if it doesn't work out, then you know what to do different next time. But don't let that stop you from trying something. And yes, you could put this over transfers. And then we will dry it and add the other component. It will not stay milky looking like it is now. Now adding a little bit right here to the middle. Is there anybody else that we need to uplift in prayer besides everybody in the path of this crazy winter storm? Fern. That's what they named her, Fern. And of course, if you are interested in any of these transfers, any of their stencils on sale, don't forget to get brushes. Remember, you can use an ambassador code. You can use my link. And my code is WK21. And I posted the link. So if you go use that link, you can access all the other things as well. All right, putting that one in the water. Yeah, I love that love is patient. Oh, I shouldn't have put it in the water. I got to do the other one. Got to do our other bunny. Let me switch this out and do the other bunny real quick. Get that back out of the water. Dry this off. And one in the water long enough to make a mess. Let me switch these two out. Go ahead and do Mr. Bunny. And all he will get is just a cute little bow tie. And I don't know if you can use a sponge brush for this. I haven't tried a sponge brush. I'm just using a regular, I don't even know. This one is a Decor art brush. That way you could throw away the sponge brush, but I have no problems washing this out. And then while that one is drying, we can finish this one out and then switch around. And then this one will be almost dry, so you get to see both done. I went live on Monday and, no, not Monday, Wednesday, and showed you how I done the circles on here, and we will add some jute around the circle, the inner circle. You can use yarn. You could use pearls, but I chose to use jute, and I'm going to use a small, not a thick jute, just a small jute. And I think the jute with the bunny will look good. If you had yarn in that color, you could use yarn. I'm going to show you. I've got a piece of yarn laying here. I'm not going to use it because it is not the right color. But it would look good with yarn. Now I got the Fine Line Crackle off of Etsy. That is one place that I found it. And she was reasonable and the shipping was reasonable. But I cannot remember the name of her shop. I would have to look that up. Decoupage Central used to carry it, but it is out of stock at the moment, so I was not able to order it from them. So if you keep an eye on Decoupage Central, they might be able to have it back in stock. Just a little bit more down here. Now I can put that brush in there. The other one is drying just fine. Hey Wendy, glad you're hopping on. So I'm going to switch those two out and see how milky this one looks. Let me get our girl back over here. See, she is already drying. And then we will add component number 2. It is like a brownish color. It is component 2. I know the camera is backwards. Hey Trisha. Are all of you affected by this storm? And Trisha, sorry for you about your friends. Just got to get it dry. I have it on low heat. Just gonna have to be patient. I have made 2 little bow ties for him, and we are waiting on this to dry. And you guys gonna have to tell me which bow tie we're gonna use. Dry this down here a little bit more. I'm keeping it moving so it will not get stuck on one place and bubble up on me. I've found sometimes when I get to talking. I know, Trisha, I've been there. Sometimes when you hold it too long on one space, it starts to bubble, so I try to move mine around as much as I can, so I will not have that happen. And he is drying, or she is drying, so we're getting there. For her beads, we can either do just the regular string, or we can do a double string. So we're going to have to see what that looks like. For the jute, I am just using regular jute to put around it. I don't want nothing big. I just want a little piece of jute string around there to help hide the unevenness. Our boy is drying pretty good. And then I am going to use my Kills dark wax to put on here to make the cracks visible. You can use any kind of paste that you have, or eyeshadow. So you don't have to stay with the brown. You can use golden paste and do it in gold 12 to 18 inches. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if it wouldn't have switched to mainly ice for us, I'm still praying that we'll get sleet and snow more than the ice. We would have gotten 12 to 15 inches. That's what it all started out with, and then it slowly changed to sleet, to freezing rain, to ice. They're saying we can get anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Now these couple of spots. Got one spot right there. One spot right here. I am going to call it good. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I am going to let this cool down for just a moment though. Cool it down a little bit. And see, now she is shiny. All right, another brush. Now we're going to do our second coat, our second component. Oh, might have had a drop. Are you waiting on any of the restocks to come in on the next bundle? There have been some amazing restocks, ladies. This one, I love the trucks. The vintage trucks and the butterflies. Those were my two favorite out of this bundle. The next bundle has the cows, the sea turtles, the patriotic flowers. Let's see, what else does it have? The honeybees. Let's see, the rustic summer florals. I did like those a lot too. They were really beautiful. Let's see what other ones. The wild horses, I forgot about those. The wild horses are in this next release. Miss Nikki, are you guys getting mainly ice? And how much are they predicting for you, since you are lower than me? I don't know if you're getting more or less, or you're gonna get freezing rain or sleet. Yeah, we were all excited about the snow, and then they're like, nope, you're not getting snow. I was like, Lord, please. Please, let it be snow. Would have been so fun. Would have been able to go sledding, build snowman with a little Bristol. But the Lord said, no, not this time. Make sure I got the edges. I think I got everything down pretty good. I'm not going to put it in water because we will need it again. Yeah. I'm not liking the ice part. Let's switch these out. This is what it looks like. It is a little bit duller now. Yeah, it sprinkled a little bit. It wasn't much of a rain, but it's been sprinkling all day. It was 48 here today, and now the temperature is going down. We're gonna have to dry him up a little bit. Gotta get him to where we can see him. Gotta get all the milkiness off. And then you're gonna have to help me and see which bow tie we want to use. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is now. It was, let's see, it is 44 right now. Did I miss any comments? Thank you all for spreading out the whimsy, for sprinkling, for your thumbs up, your hearts, your stars. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the pink and purple truck will be claimed real quick. Like, I'm foreseeing that they will sell out. So you have your heart set at midnight tonight. Check out the Essential Stencil page and claim your transfers or get the bundle that is discounted. And grab them while you can, because the Easter bundle, or the spring bundle, not Easter bundle, the spring bundle restock sold out really fast. And then again, these sold out really fast. So if there's something you have your heart set, you might want to check tonight at midnight, Eastern Standard Time. And we're just about there, ladies. The drying time takes the longest. And we just about got them dry. And of course, when you are doing this at home, let it dry naturally overnight. Don't force dry it. You get much better results if you don't force dry it. So don't do that. While we are waiting on that to dry, I am gonna read one of the cards out of the blessing box. It is to strengthen your soul. And it is out of Psalms 139:14, and it says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." Just remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I love that little box. I keep forgetting to read it, so I wanted to make sure that I read it to you. I'm just trying to get the make sure it is dry and cool. Now we're gonna go put our number 2 coat on. I will check comments here in just a second. It is good that we're letting this sit in between. That way it can cure a little bit more. It's just when you're online and you're crafting, you gotta hurry things up, and it's always better if you have the time to just let it dry on its own. It is much better. And I like this type of crackle because you don't need to put a coat of paint in between. This crackles, and then you put the dark wax or eyeshadow on it, and it will crack, the cracks will show up. So it is really nice to put over transfers, because that way you have the crackle over top instead of behind the transfers. We're just about there. Make sure we get the edges really good. I have to tilt my head. My ring light keeps shining on it, and I'll make sure I've got it covered. A little bit more, and we are done. I went to the grocery store today, not because we were getting ice and snow, hopefully snow, but because I needed milk, and I hadn't had a chance to get it, because we had doctor's appointment and things. Hey, Sandy! So I went today, and they actually were stocking the milk, and they had bread left. So I was very excited about that. See, she is still not dry. So now we're going to dry her. The crackle will appear. You can already see some crackling. Let me see if you could see the crackling. There is some crackling on the bottom right here. Let's see if you guys could see that. See that crackling coming up? The more it dries, the more the crackle will show. And then we will take our dark sealing wax. I know my camera is backwards. I do apologize. And put that in, and then you will see the cracks. Really good. So let's dry her up and make the crackles appear. Welcome, Sandy. What state are you located in? I am in North Carolina. Nikki is in South Carolina. Trisha is in Maine. Sherry, I forgot. You in Tennessee? No, Sherry. Are you in Tennessee? I keep forgetting where you are at, Sherry. Why can I not remember where you are at? If you see his body right here, he is cracking really good right there on his body. You're going to have a hard time seeing the crackles in the light colors. But right here on his ears, I see it cracking. And thank you again for spending your Friday night with me. It is cracking beautifully. I put it on the higher setting. I'm just going to move it more across. Again, if you have the time to let it dry on its own, that is the best thing to do. I'm going to let this sit and I'm going to dry the boy. But you can see some of the crackling taking place. So I'm going to let her cool down and we're going to dry the boy up a little bit. Are you guys still there? I'm not seeing any more comments. I hope I haven't lost connection with you ladies. He is starting to crack too, so that's good. I just don't want to sit on one spot too long because I don't want it to burn it up. And the bunny is a transfer for those of you that didn't know. It was a transfer we added. And the transfer is from Essential Stencil. You can do !ES and it will give you the link to the Essential Stencil page. And if you need my code, WK21, you can also do exclamation mark code, and it will give you the code. Yeah, I think I've lost some of you. I do apologize if something happened. I still have a connection here, so I don't know if you can see the crackle a little bit right there. And I don't want to get my finger all messy and dirty, so I am going to use a glove. And if my glove doesn't work, I'm going to use the little brush. We'll see which one is better. That's the dark wax. And, whoa, that is way too much. Maybe, all right, we'll fix it. We'll just put it all over to reveal the cracks. Use my finger and rub it in a little bit more. I will be using a paper towel to go over top of it, and that will even help to rub it in. And it's just bringing all those crackles to light. Of course, you won't see them on the brown because it is brown and you're putting dark wax on there. But if you had light colored wax, you would see it. And again, I will use a paper towel to take it off. I'm going to finish this out first. So you can use the brush, you can use your finger. I was trying to get the rest of this out of the brush. And then I gotta clean my brush really good. I'm just buffing it out. Had a lot on the edges here that got collected, so let me clean the edges up really good. If you have a soft towel or a old t-shirt, shop towel, all of those will work really well. And see, I am pulling product off. And now he looks like an antique, vintage little bunny. Get this out of the little crevices. You know, I almost don't want to put the jute down. What do you guys think? Should we put the jute down or just leave it? I don't know, it looked like an old vintage little bunny. Let's do the boy real quick. And then you guys can tell me if you want to do the jute or not. I don't see any comments on my phone. And you don't have to do this step if you don't like the aged look, if you don't like the vintage style, you don't have to do this at all. You can put it on another surface. You can put it on a round and make it a door hanger and just leave it nice and clean. You can add butterflies to it. You can add flowers. I'm just rubbing it in to get into all the little cracks. And some cracked better than others. Again, you have better results if you don't hurry this up. Much better results if you just take the time and let it sit and dry. And you just rub whatever color it is that you're using in. If I would have used a light color on the brown over here, it would have, you would see the cracks in the brown. Let me get another paper towel. Sorry, ladies, I don't see any more comments. I hope you guys are still hanging in there and you're seeing this. And you will not have these if you don't move the product too much. I've rubbed it off too much when I put it on, put the second coat on. Or I missed and didn't put enough down. But you can buff it out like you see me doing here. Just a little elbow grease. It's got to get into the grooves. So I am probably going to rub him a little bit more. And see if I can remove a couple of more of these spots. Just let it sit. I'm probably just going to let it sit for a day and then rub the rest out. Because it is coming out when I rub across it. See if I have luck. Yeah, I'm just going to buff it out. He just looks very vintage. Like I said, there's little spots here I am not concerned about. I will get those out a little bit lighter. Here's my little vintage bunny. Gotta clean my brush here in a minute. Hey, Sherry. I can't see comments, guys. So, I can't ask you what. I mean, I can ask you. I just don't see an answer. Which bow tie to use. We have this one. Which I'm leaning towards this one. I just think it looks really good with that dark frame. Or we have this one. And this is fabric from Jubilee Fabrics. I like the dark one, so I'm going to use the dark one. And I'm just going to use the 3-in-1. I see hearts, but I don't see any comments. That is the craziest thing. Just don't know. It's gonna have to dry for just a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my glue gun on in case it doesn't stick. He's so cute. And our girl. I am almost thinking I have to get this one spot over here. Try to get a little bit more of that wax off. That kills dark wax. I'm almost thinking to just do the pearl and just go from here to here, just a little pearl string. Oh, I can see you comment now, Sherry. That is so weird. Or do you guys think we should do the double strand? Let me see if I can hold this up. And that's what the double strand would look like. I'm trying to hold it without the glare of the lamp. Or this would be just a single strand. I just like the simplicity of the single one. You nodded off. I understand. Hope you're not saying I was that boring. I'm just kidding. I think the single one would be the better solution. You really wanted to see the crackle? I am sorry. It turned out pretty good. Alright, I am going to see if my hot glue gun is hot enough yet. Nope, it is not. So I'm going to have to wait just a little bit longer. And I'll just add that little pearl string on there. Now, should we do the jute? I really think we should leave it off. This is what it would look like. Just pretend that this is in the circle. Should we do the jute? It would be right around that edge, or leave it. You know, it would be right here inside that circle. I'm thinking they look good enough without the jute. And another thing you can use is that twisted wire. You can use that to put around. Right there. That will be an option. And then if you have matching yarn, this one does not match, but if you had matching yarn, you could use yarn and add yarn around the edge. All the way around. I almost think it looks good without the jute on it. It looks very primitive. so cute. I'm trying to hold it to where that glare is not on there and hold it straight at the same time. Here's a close-up. So, what you think? With the jute or without the jute? I think it is pretty without the jute. I just think it looks really cute. And then here's our little man. That does look darling. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I don't think we need the jute either. I really do agree. I think they look good just the way they are. I can't see. I can't see if you guys can see. Let's see, maybe if I put her here. I think he is so cute with his bow tie. I just absolutely love it. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you guys. And that was just regular 14-inch rounds from Craft Deals. And I like all this extra distressing on there. That was not intended. Normally you don't have that if you apply it correctly. I guess I brushed it too much. But I don't mind it. It gives it that extra character. And it just makes it look even older. So this is the Fine Line Crackle. Right there is the Fine Line Crackle. And you can put it over top of transfers. Couldn't think of what it was called. Thank you, ladies, so much. Please be safe. If you don't have to go anywhere, stay home. Get everything that you need if you still have a chance to go out. Ours is going to start coming in tomorrow at 1. Tomorrow, our Soul-Filled Saturday, I'm going to have to postpone that for a later time. Our church switched services to tomorrow morning instead of Sunday morning. So we'll have church at 10:30. And I'm going to try to come on at 1:30 if we, if the weather is permitting, and we have internet. So our Soul-Filled Saturday will be at 1:30 tomorrow instead of 10:30. And I will put a post up about that. All right, ladies, have a blessed evening. Hop over to Essential Stencil at 7 Central and see if Melissa is on. If she still has power, she'll be on. And if not, maybe somebody else will be filling in. And stay warm, stay safe, stay home, bundle up, and ride this crazy storm, winter storm. What was her name? Fern. Out in safety. Be blessed. I will see you tomorrow at 1:30 if everything works out well.